Welcome everybody to the channel. If you're new, you're welcome. I thought today we'd get in our studio. My studio was set up in tribute to Peter Sellers, the great detective, you know. And of course today's a very special day, of course, because I've got my great red letter from the BBC, the red letter, you know, the BBC, the red. You get these when eventually they, you know, I can't hide my address, but they get the red letter eventually when they have enough of sending you junk mail. To make you buy a license, you know, you get this is the eighth letter. It would turn out to be a red one. Well, it doesn't matter if it's pink, yellow, green, or whatever. It's just a letter they send to you. It's just a matter of time when they probably realise you're not going to buy a license anymore. And of course, what happens then is, folks, of course, they, you know, get the old red one out. And like I said, so the next one won't be a nice one. It'll be just them knocking on the door, apparently. Or they might give you another one saying they're coming on a certain day, December the 25th or something like that. Christmas Day, you know, they never do that, but you might get something daft like that happening. So anyway, we're going to open it together on the channel, and like I said to you before, it's not the first one I've had. I had one about 9 years ago, when I first started not paying the TV license. I did get one after about, you know, it depends, you know, what when you get them, but it's nothing to worry about. It's just a letter, just any letter that they send. We're going to open it and go through it because it's just all red warnings and this, that, you're going to get prosecuted, you're going to get £1,000 fine and stuff like this. That's all it is, folks. It's nothing to worry about. It's just the same as what you're doing now, because one thing you've got to understand, whatever letter you get, you're not watching, you're not paying, and there's nothing they can do about it. There's nothing they can do about it, like I say, folks. There's nothing they can do. And if you're not breaking the rules, not breaking the law, what's the problem? You know, if we don't have a television set, you don't need to reply to this at all. You just throw it in the bin. So anyway, we're going to go through it, and of course, obviously, we'll just go through it so you know from now on. Probably my videos will be probably maybe them coming to knock on my door. I don't know, but whether I'm in or not, it's up to them. My camera bell will open the door anyway if they do come. But anyway, we'll go through it together, and we'll see what happens and see what they got to say. I've been through it before, so there's no real problem, but it's nothing to worry about, and we'll see what they got to say to me. Right, folks, I'm going to read the letter out. Basically, it's saying, quite in bold print and red. They give you actually a leaflet to how to pay, of course. That's quite nice of them. If you're having hard times, that's just better for people who want to pay and can't pay. It's a good leaflet to get a card. But it says, well, we did not hear from you. That was the letter, of course. The 30-day things they gave me, they didn't hear from me. Well, they didn't hear from me because I don't need a license. And it just goes on basically about having, you know, why you've not replied to them. An enforcement officer coming in the area within the next 10 days. I got a stamp on it, like it's an official stamp, and the enforcement officer coming out, and of course you could be fined £1,000. Of course, like this is what they try and intimidate you. Of course, I've not cancelled all my, I'll put the letter aside once I've got rid of all my details, and I'll put it up because, as I said before, I've not had a chance to, it's legal up for again, there's no address. Now, of course, the thing about this, you see, I have actually rang them and told them in my declaration 2 years ago, and it's only this letter that's come now, since April, that I was legally license free, because I told them I'm not watching, I'm not paying. I told them on the phone, they know my address. And of course, since April, these letters have been coming, and there's a lot of people probably got the same letter as me, a red one, after about 8 weeks or something like that. Sorry, 8 months, 6 months, 7 months. You know, you'll get the red one, which is in a red envelope, which is, you know, the final kind of warning before they will going to come out eventually to you. Whether they do, though, it's another thing. You know, I mean, obviously, you can expect a visit, The rest of it just unless they're in the area. But it's a standard letter, not as bit of red and sort of warnings and stuff like this, and it's all red. Visits scheduled, that kind of stuff. It's just a form of intimidation, really. That's all it is, folks. Nothing really to scared about, because they say why they need to send these. Now, of course, it costs money. This does, as you see, and what it is, it's a shame that they're doing this, because if you can imagine 500,000 people stopped paying last year. 500,000. They've got to eventually send out 500,000 of these letters, red letters, eventually, and besides the other ones, the other 6 or 7. Now that is costing about 100 million, maybe more, because it's about 50p to every letter, right? So you can imagine that what they waste, and of course it's delivered by the Royal Mail. It's printed out by a computer in Darlington. This is where it's come from. There may be other depots in different areas about the northwest area, down south, Cambridgeshire, stuff like that. They've got depots where they print these letters out, because all they need is your address that you're not paying. And when you're not paying, it's a standard letter, a computerized letter, whether it's red, green, pink, or whatever. It doesn't make much difference, folks. It doesn't make any difference whatsoever what colour it is. So if anybody's new to this, and because I've been doing it for nearly 9 years, I suppose, something like that, it's the second one I've got this red letter. Now, the last one, I told them I don't need a license. Of course, it's something you need by experience. You tell them something, you get an exemption for 2 years. And that lasted for about 6 years. 6 years, like I said before, it's lasted about 6 years. They've never bothered me. But of course, there's so many people now not paying anymore. They're losing a lot of revenue. That's why they've had to get rid of people like Guy Lineker. They can't afford him anymore. They've got rid of him. His contract's run out. They're not going to renew the contract. Zoe Ball, the radio presenter, far too much money. She was on for little work. They've got rid of that. They're going to get somebody who could do the job cheaper and whatever. So they've got to cut costs. And of course, that's why I say, but they still waste your money, folks, like sending these letters out to you and paying Capita a contract which ends in 2 years' time, which is £500 million. So that's what it says, folks. It needs to change all this way they collect it, because it's not state television. You have the right to say, I don't want to watch. I'm not paying. I'm not watching. It's as simple as that, folks. And we'll see in the next, say, 6 months or something like that. Maybe Christmas time or something, or whatever. They may come out next month. If they're in a targeted area, they will come out. There's no doubt about it. So the confrontation is going to start. I've been sort of expecting this, but it will come eventually. It may not. You just don't know, because they want you to pay up, of course, and of course they try and harass you. Well, this is harassment, because it's the 8th letter now. It is harassment. I could go. The only other way I could go is to go to my lawyer, a solicitor, and get a civil action against them. I could do that. That would cost me 300 quid. That would cost money, like £300. I mean, it's not wasting £300 on the principle, unless you want to donate to me. Of course, I get some crowdfunding and try a test case with them. You needed somebody like the black belt barrister to take it on, somebody like that, somebody to take on the civil action against them. Somebody knows the law pretty well. Well, most solicitors know the law, and they know where it stands with a civil case. It's your action against them. It's because it's really harassment. But like I said, it's not always worth going through all that, because the confrontation is going to come at your front door. And if you know what to do, folks, there's no fear. I'm not feared of them. I've got a camera bell. I've got a camera to answer my door. If I do answer the door and they catch me unawares, I just know what to say to them. I don't give information. What I do, whatever, it's nothing to do with them. Now, as I said, they will they're trained to do things to try to get you to sell your license, basically. But if you know what to do, there's no reason why you should have any problems whatsoever when you get to this stage of becoming license free, like myself. Now, I want to thank a lot of people who've subscribed to the channel last few months, coming up to nearly 4,000 hours, and I might get some cash shortly. You know, and when I'm doing these videos, I might get some cash. You know, I don't know. I might get monetized. I don't know, I need about 1,000 hours, but I don't know. But anyway, like I said before, thanks again all the new people who subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you're new, that's what it's about, giving you some idea and experience, all documented on the channel, what you have to do. And I don't want to see anybody get fined. That's the main thing. I don't want to see anybody get fined on the doorstep. Yes, so anybody new to the channel, like I say, I dress as Inspector Clouseau, you know, famous French detectives, because that's what it's about, folks. They investigating me, so I'm investigating them, of course. You know, that's the way I turned the tables when I started this channel off. And of course, I'm coming up to 1,500 subscribers, getting to around nearly 4,000 hours. Then, of course, if I get some money, which I'm going to make a fortune, of course, you know, I'm going to be rich. Maybe enough to make a packet of cornflakes, so a crunchy nut. I might get a packet, you know. You don't get much on YouTube unless you're doing the millions and millions of views, of course. I only get 100, maybe 1,000 views if I'm lucky. So if you can, hit the thumbs button, you know, thumbs up, and leave some comments. And of course, because if I do get monetized, then I'll be able to get some crunchy nut, you know, my favourite crunchy nut. And it's £3.25 now. £3, nearly £4 and sort of like, it's absolutely, you know. So I appreciate, I would like to sort of, you know, thank you to subscribing to the channel, and of course providing me with some crunchy nut if I do get monetized. Thank you very much. You know, an old man like myself, it's you know, a pension, it's very nice. Anyway, as I said before, there's no fear to anybody who's doing this. You legally have a right. We're not living in Russia yet. It's not state television, and if you're not watching, you're not paying. That's what I meant to say to everybody on the channel. Thank you to all everybody, like I say, who subscribed. And of course, it's been a few years now, and like I said before, it's not going to change, because 2027 is a year when the charter is renewed by been a bit dizzy then, but I say you know, 2027 is the year that the BBC have to make their changes, or proposal, the government makes changes. Well, where this government goes on, it probably be state television. You probably, you know, will probably be like Russia. You know, you have to watch this and watch that, and you can't make any comments. Something like that. You won't be able to criticise anybody. And of course, you know, that's what it's going to be about. Yeah, so like I say, leave your comments underneath, leave your comments on, subscribe if you wish, and thumbs up would be nice. And of course, then I can get my crunchy nut each week by your good selves by subscribing to my channel, making me about £3 a week if I do a video. You know, very, very nice. Thank you very much. So anyway, like I said, the main thing is, like I say, I do this channel is to just try and be a bit light-hearted, a bit where I can, but I'll just bring up my studio a bit, need some better sound and stuff like that. But like I said, we'll get into the studio a bit more, and we'll see what happens now next month or so, because they are going to call. They are going to come to my house, you know, and it could be any time, because that's what they want you to live in, is fear. But of course, anyway, folks, like I said before, it's no big deal, and there's lots of people out there. I want to thank a lot of people as well, of course, who helped me on this journey. Of course, you know, people, I will thank them sort of towards the next video. I haven't got time now, but there's quite a few people I want to give a shout out to, and of course, you know, that's what it's about. You know, you share things, so share this video with anybody else you wish to. And of course, if anybody's thinking about becoming license free, it's your right to do that. If you're not watching, you're not paying, and there's nothing they can do. You know, if you're not watching anything, you're not breaking any laws. And that's what I want you to understand, that I'm here. I don't watch BBC television. I watch a lot of YouTube. You know, obviously I'm on there quite a lot. I don't miss anything. So, you know, that's what I do. So anyway, like I say, I don't want to go on too long, but I was trying to make a good thank you to everybody. And like I said, we'll see what happens, because, as I said before, I have been expecting this to happen, you know, but of course it's a red letter. It could be pink, it could be green, doesn't matter. it's still the same letter, whichever happens, it's just one that they're just getting a bit fed up with you, you know, and they're singing in the boys round, you know, to sort of say, well, you know, they do this. It's a standard way they operate, you know, letters by letter. And of course, that's how they waste your money, £150 million on letters. That's how they do it. They just waste your money. So I say, like, just leave your comments if you are new to this, new to becoming legally license free. Like, let me know any problems you have, anything like that. I'll be interested in your comments. And of course, I'm here for it's all documented here. What happens to me will happen to anybody else. But one thing we don't want is anybody getting fined at the door. When they do come, you know what to do. Be like Inspector C. Just say, no, thank you. Do not require a license at this premises or this address. Goodbye. Shut your door. Do not sign any scanner whatsoever. Do not sign anything. Just say goodbye and shut your door. And they should go away. They just go away. And don't answer them. Don't answer the door to them again. Just let them go away. Anyway, folks, thanks again. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now. Bye now.